Zach, you're not listening to me.
I am listening.
What's good? I'm a Ruthless Addicts. It is your girl, Tika Deshawn. Thank you so much for tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. Let's go ahead and get back into part two of my recap of Zatima. I told y'all, Bryce, he committed the ultimate carnal sin of making a pass at his own friend, Zach. After Zach had already told him, look, man, I'm not bisexual, let's just move on from that. He called himself trying to plant a kiss on Zach. Zach, he pretty much in a predicament right now. He doesn't know if he should move forward or if he should, just separate himself from Bryce. It's a dilemma. He said he was triggered. He been in prison, so anything's bound to happen in prison. Anyway, you guys, so this is my thing. Fatima, she laughed about this situation. Now, if this was a female doing it to Zach, would she have laughed then? I'm pretty sure she would have been heated and ready to fight somebody. So anyway, you guys, moving on. Um, Zach and Zach and Fatima make their way home because it's lunch break, whatever. Now I don't know at what point Fatima gonna go back to work, but maybe she won't. Maybe it's dinner time. Anyway, they make their way back to the house, and out pops Lori with a bat. Lori coming swinging, calling Fatima all type of hoes and bees, and Fatima's like, "Girl, I don't even know your man," because her. She's accusing Fatima of being with her man, crazy behind Nate. Now, the reason why she thinks that Fatima is the one that's with Nate is because she has a tracker on her phone. Now, she takes the tracker. She shows Zach after she kind of calmed down a little bit, and Zach is like, "But he's not in my house. He's not here." And Zach, a man, he know what's up, but he's just like trying to kind of avoid the situation. He's really not here, and then he really don't know that Nate is there, but they have been known to cover for each other. So with that being said, and Fatima's like, she not taking nobody coming to her house and disrespecting her. And old girl was welling the belt. And so what Zach had to do, he was like, okay, I'm gonna let you in my house and you can check my house. But what I'm gonna do is you gonna have to give me your bag, and Fatima, you gonna have to give me your purse, because y'all know Fatima be packing. I say this every time, but Fatima be packing. And so he looking crazy, but he doing what he gotta do to save everybody involved. So anyway, he takes the purse, he takes the bag. They walk inside the house. She looks. Lori takes a walk through the house. She's looking, flipping over pillows, and Fatima's like, "You see, he's not in here. So like, why you gotta come down here and mess up my living room?" "Well, let me go check the bedroom." Says Lori. Okay, so they's like, "Yeah, you can go to the bedroom, but don't be up there tearing up stuff." And so Zach is just like, "Oh man, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. It's always something." So anyway, Lori comes back downstairs. She apologizes. "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just upset. The tracker on the phone is just saying that he's here, and I just don't know. I'm just so tired of him doing his dirt." And Fatima's like, "Well, if he doing that, then you got to come over here acting like this, then you probably shouldn't even be with him." She was like, "He just makes me crazy." And I'm like, "Fatima, you can't call nobody out because you sure not be acting the fool." But anyway, Fatima, my girl, so I guess she could get away with it a little bit. So anyway, Lori is like, "Well, can I, get a bottle of water?" And then Fatima's like, "Well, she probably needs some air. It's kind of hot and it's kind of stuffy in here. Let me go ahead and open the door." And Zach is like, "No, I'll get the door. You get the water." So Zach walks over to the door of his balcony area, and look who he sees outside: Nate and Deja in the hot tub, just freeballing, chilling, doing whatever they want to do, as if they pay rent, mortgage, or anything else there. So anyway, Zach's like, "No, we just gonna let her go out the front and get some air like that instead of her, because if she go out that back door, then she'll be able to see Nate and Deja in the hot tub." Now, Fatima, she ain't no fool. It's a reason why Zach don't want her to go out there, don't want Lori to go out the back door. So finally, Fatima goes over to the back door and is like, the fuck? Like, excuse my language, y'all. She's like, WTF? Like, what is he doing? But she's like mumbling this stuff to Zach because Zach is still standing right there at the door too. And she's like, no, I gotta tell her. I'm not gonna just let her think, let her know, let her not know that her man is out there with this trifling behind female. So anyway, finally, Fatima, Fatima, Zach gets Lori out the front door, and Fatima a rider. Even if she don't know you, she's a rider. So she goes, snatches old girl out the pool or out the hot tub, snatches Deja out the hot tub, lay a good one on her, give her a two-piece and a biscuit, and then Nate is talking trash, being mad, disrespectful to her. So she gives him a couple of 1-2s. She pops him too. Like, you're not gonna be disrespecting me in the house, and he just mad, disrespectful, calling her all kind of names and just disrespectful to Zach's girl, and he's so disrespectful to the point he forget that he at Zach's house. Like, not do he forget, but he just don't care that he's at Zach's house and that Fatima is his girl. So when she showed him the ring, he's like, oh, he married you, he proposed to you, and Fatima's like, that's right. So what you gonna do is respect me. But she's like, you brought all this drama, this crap to my house. So how am I supposed to act? And so finally, Zach comes back outside after realizing he thinks that he has ushered Lori on off the property, but Lori is still there. She's still upset. She's trying to figure out 1 + 2 + 3. And Fatima's like, okay, I got this. She goes out the front door after being disrespected by Nate, which anyway, after she goes out the front door and she said, hey girl, trying to act a little cool with Lori. Hey girl, I got some, let's walk around this back way. You should go this way instead of that way. And so Lori sees the car. She's like, well, that's his car right there. She was like, come on girl, come on girl. So Fatima, she walks in back into the backyard again where they were, and she's just telling all the business. You was back here with this female and so on and so forth. And it all goes down. Nate finally put his clothes on after talking trash, and Zach is like, you got to leave my house anyway. But with all that being said, she's like, as soon as he get ready to walk out the back door, he gets swung on with a bat by his wife, Lori. And she's about to lay one on him again. If it wasn't for Zach, he probably would have had a real bad concussion other than the broken nose. So anyway, that moves on. This is one thing I understand. We as women, we all do this. And if you don't, then your sucky nature thing don't kick in all the way. But sometimes this is what Fatima did. She seems to, even though Zach is showing her that he's being different, he's trying to change. She thinks that everything that his friends do, he's gonna do it. Now, granted, Zach was trying to cover up for old boy Nate, but she's like, so does he cover for you too? And Zach is like, no, so probably in the past he has covered for Zach, but now he don't, he doesn't have to, nobody has to cover for Zach because Zach is trying to do, he's trying to do the right thing. So with that being said, everybody gone. They had that conversation. The situation kind of dies down. Everybody has changed, got into a bunch of clothes, different clothes. Fatima's like, look, you're gonna have to go out there and clean that hot tub, and so Zach, he does what he does. He's getting prepared, go outside, go do the hot tub, and then Fatima's phone rings, and it's old girl Angela. So Angela's like, girl, I think we need to, but just talking about the whole situation. And she was like, girl, just talk to your man. Like, you don't need to talk to me and Zach. You need to talk to your man. And Angela's like, well, can we just come over there and talk to y'all? And Fatima's like, well, let me talk to Zach, see what he says, and then I'll let you know. And so, because Fatima really not trying to get in the middle of it, but in actuality, Fatima, that's supposed to be your girl. You need to let her know, hey, your dude tried to kiss my man. So anyway, Fatima says, okay, let me talk to Zach and then I'll get back with you. So now, Fatima walks outside and she sees the other friend out there, Tony. Now they, they go back and forth, little small, quick dialogue, because Tony ain't trying to stay around long. After Zach just gave him the speech of, look, man, I'm trying to change. I'm older now. I'm not that same person that I once was. I'm just trying to change and live my life and be a better person. I got the woman that I love, and I'm trying to be a better person for her. So Tony, he seemed to understand. He grasped the concept, and Zach also told him, look, you got to stop laughing at that dumb crap that he's always doing. Speaking about Nate, you got to stop laughing about that stuff. It's not cool. So we just gonna have to do better. We're gonna have to do different because we're getting older, we're getting more mature, so on and so forth. So Fatima comes back to the backyard with beers in hand and offers one to Tony. And she's like, hey, you want one? And Tony's like, oh, no. First he was like, oh, yeah. Then he's like, oh, no, I'm fasting. Now, is that fasting, is that the main excuse to get out of everything? It is. If it is, that's cool. I'm not mad at that. So anyway, Fatima and Zach finally coming to the end, y'all. We're coming to the end. Fatima and Zach are in the backyard. They're discussing, certain friends. You got to get a new set of friends. And Tony is, and he lets her know Tony is not like Nate. He's definitely different. And so they move on. Then Fatima goes inside for a second, gets another phone call from her office telling her that they've emailed the results to the DNA test to her, and it's about to go down. So Fatima goes outside, she's like, yo, you must love strippers because you making babies with them and so on and so forth. And so Zach, he's like, well, you're going to see that that's not my baby, and then we'll be able to, move on to something else. Well, y'all, sorry to tell you, Zach, but you are the papa. Yes, Zach is the baby daddy of old girl, the stripper. Right. He's the baby father, y'all. So we're gonna see whenever the season returns. We know that they have filmed season 2 already. So once season 2 returns, we're gonna see exactly how it all goes down with the entire cast of Zatima. Okay? All right, you guys. Well, that's about it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And as I always say, I know this is a Zatima recap. However, you guys stay ruthless.
So, all things ruthless, we love you. We honor you. We thank you for being all things rockadoochie. In the words of Lilo, you fucking douchey ass nigga. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
Aye.